And good morning to one and all. This is just a quick follow-up to the recent video that I just uploaded and posted called the Halloween Seoul Crush 29th of October 2022 and All Hallows Eve. It's just a quick addendum here, something that I think I ought to read and sort of missed out for deeper origins on Halloween. So this is from Wikipedia, the article on Halloween, but I'm not just going to leave it just to Wikipedia. And it says this: Halloween is thought to have roots in Christian beliefs and practices. I reject that. It's Catholic. You're not going to find Paul, James, Peter, Mark, Matthew keeping any form of Halloween. It's not in the Bible, in the 66 books at all. The English word Halloween comes from All Hallows Eve, being the evening before the Christian, yet again I reject that, holy days of All Hallows Day, All Saints Day on the 1st of November and All Souls Day on the 2nd of November. Since the time of the early church, the early Catholic Church, or what came to be the Catholic Church, or the church that developed from some of the early church fathers, major feasts in Christianity such as Christmas. Well, Christmas is not until the 4th century. That comes out of the pagan Sol Invictus. Jesus was not born on December the 25th. That is not in the Bible. Easter is movable from Passover. And then you've got Pentecost. They had vigils that began the night before, as did the Feast of All Hallows. These 3 days are collectively called All Hallow Tide and are a time when Western Christians, yet again I have to inject Catholics in there mainly, honour all saints and pray for recently departed souls who have yet to reach heaven. Once again, let me quote from the first part of the name of my YouTube channel, Hebrews 9 verse 27. And so it's appointed for man to die once, and then the judgment. Not die, go on to some form of purgatory, get out of jail free card, exit purgatory, then go on to heaven. Alright. Commemoration of all saints and martyrs were held by several churches on various dates, mostly in springtime. Now, in the 4th century Roman Edessa, it was held on the 13th of May and on the 13th of May 609. Pope Boniface IV rededicated the Pantheon in Rome, which the Pantheon is let's just double check it, the temple of all the gods, former Roman temple, so that would have been to honour the Roman gods. So Pope Boniface IV rededicated the Pantheon in Rome to Saint Mary and all martyrs. Yet again, within the Catholic Church mainly, we find that Mary is honoured above and beyond what her normal state should have been. She can be prayed to and supposedly intercedes to or with Jesus, but we don't find that in the Gospels. We don't find that in Acts. We don't find that throughout the New Testament point blank period. It's a later development and largely remains a part of the Catholic Church and some Protestant churches. So this was the date of Lemuria. So it was previously the date of Lemuria, an ancient Roman festival of the dead. Now if we click on Lemuria, it says the Lemuria was a feast in the religion of ancient Rome during which the Romans performed rites to exorcise the malevolent and fearful ghosts of the dead from their homes. Look, unwholesome spectres of the restless dead, the lemures or larvae, were propitiated with offerings of beans. On those days, the Vestals would prepare sacred molo salsa, a salted flour cake from the first ears of wheat of the season. So that's interesting. Let's go down to the legacy here. According to some cultural historians, this ancient custom was Christianized, let's say Catholicized, when either in 609 or 610, Pope Boniface IV consecrated the Pantheon at Rome to the Blessed Virgin and all the martyrs. There you go, a complete handover from something pagan to mix in with the doctrine of veneration for Mary in the Catholic Church. And then we then later on see that date is moved. But let's look at one more source. This is Catholic.org, All Saints Day. And of course, straight away we have a Catholic priest asking for a donation and what they average. Just telling you it's about the price of a coffee for you to donate. But anyway, let's skip past that. This talks about All Saints Day. Obviously, Halloween is the evening before that or the day before that. All Souls Day and Day of the Dead. So much dead stuff. But there's a part I want to get down to, which is this. All Saints Day was formally started by Pope Boniface IV, who consecrated the Pantheon at Rome to the Virgin Mary and all the martyrs on May the 13th in 609 AD. Boniface IV also established All Souls Day, which follows All Saints. Yet again, a man who claims to have supremacy over all bishops on earth, even though that doctrine wasn't fully established at this time. That is just making up days and fitting them into the calendar of the pagan days. The choice of the day may have been intended to co-opt the pagan holiday Feast of the Lemures, a day which pagans used to placate the restless spirits of the dead. The holy day was eventually established on November the 1st by Pope Gregory III in the mid-8th century as a day dedicated to the saints and their relics. The May the 13th celebration was subsequently abandoned. In Ireland, the church celebrated All Saints' Day on April the 20th to avoid associating the day with the traditional harvest festivals and pagan feasts associated with Samhain, celebrated at that same time. And there you go, folks. Once again, my sympathies, my condolences, my heart goes out to those that have lost loved ones in this Halloween event, which is to celebrate ghouls and goblins, to knock on people's doors, to have trick-or-treats, to go and see scary films. People get shot up at parties and all sorts. And on this day here, we've seen a tragedy, and we've seen that the origin is both Catholic, which stems from an original earlier practice from pagan Rome, and it also links to Samhain, which is the Gaelic sort of cultic feast or festival, which is pagan, incorporating spirits and the like. God bless. This is Brother Darren, Hebrews 9 verse 27 and John 3 verse 16, YouTube Ministries. Repentance is a must.